So this week's word is focus. So today I will be sharing some focus tips that I found through researching and watching some videos that I am starting to instill in my everyday life. So the first one is, when you set goals, you want to really focus on the behaviors you need to change in order to be in alignment with them goals, because you can control what you do, what you don't do. And so what's a useful thing to just get a piece of paper and write on the top, what can I do? And then make 3 columns, one with today, one with tomorrow, and one with this week. And then the rest of the sentence is to change my behavior in order to achieve my goal. And then you kind of go through all your goals and you fill it in for today, tomorrow, and this week of behaviors that you can change to be in alignment with that specific goal. And so the second one is making a to-do list. So you can either make a rolling to-do list, you can make a to-do list the evening before, you can make a to-do list in the morning, whichever works for you. But for me, I think I'm more lean towards doing a rolling to-do list and also making a to-do list that evening. That way I wake up with it on my mind and I wake up ready to start tackling. I know where I need to be out the gate. And then also making use of idle time, or time you just trying to pass. So like if you commuting to work, you can couple that with listen to a podcast, an audiobook you've been wanting to listen to, or even an informational video that you that will be useful in some type of task that you're trying to accomplish. And then also doing nightly journaling to reflect on your day and really work out anything that may have been bothering you, or things you really want to think out on the page. Leave it all on the page, and release yourself. In that way you go into a peaceful rest, and you don't go into your rest whatever has been going on during your day. And then so another thing that I've been trying out is doing there's a website and an app called brilliant.com, where they have like math and science exercises, and you can go through the courses, and based on whatever the concept is, they give you questions and you answer it, it let you know if you got it right or wrong, and then it gives you an explanation for it. So I find that's really good to start exercising my brain and getting faster at mental math and making more connections with concepts and how to apply those concepts. And then another thing is eliminating distractions. So the phone, social media can be so distracting. Even checking emails or being readily available for people, that stuff can all be a distraction, because it keeps you from your main goal, getting stuff done and feeling good about what you're doing in your day. So find ways to eliminate distractions. It could be deleting the apps for a period of time, or logging out of the apps, checking the apps once a week and logging out of them. And it can mean putting your phone in the opposite room to keep from grabbing it while you're trying to focus and getting something accomplished. And then the next one is eliminating clutter. So a cluttered space calls for a cluttered mind, and it can be hard to, sometimes it can be hard to really get into your focus if your space is really cluttered. So, making sure your space is clear, open, and free of clutter. And then another thing is to do creative work first. So if you want to learn how to make a candle, versus if you need to make a budget today, that candle is going to be a good start to your focus, your to-do list, and your focusing for the day, because it'll give you like kind of like a like a happy feeling. And then you can tackle the more daunting stuff, as the day go on. And so also building up focus. So if right now you can focus on an idea for 2 minutes and then you lose focus, you need to start consciously building up your focus. So give yourself a couple of weeks to sit and focus for that time you know how to focus, and then challenge yourself by adding minutes to that focus time, and then build up to a number that you feel is sustainable for you to actually focus and be effective. So more commonly is 20. That's the one they have. 20, 25, that's the one they have more studies on. But some people can focus for 35 minutes, an hour. It just depends on the person. And so working at your most productive time, so either that's the morning or the evening. If you have like a 9 to 5, that may prevent you from doing that, being productive at your most productive period. You just wake up a few hours before you have to be ready for work and get stuff done, or like on your lunch break at work, you can incorporate doing stuff too. That way you kind of still honing in on that productivity, your productivity sweet spot. And then also always reward yourself, because rewards help us, it motivates us to keep going, because we're rewarding ourselves and we're saying good job and we praising ourselves. And so that's a good one too. We can't be too hard on ourselves, because we really have to we have to be our biggest advocate, not our biggest critic. And so we need to start changing that and start advocating for ourselves, how we feel, what we don't feel like doing, and being honest, and even being honest about our availability to others, because that can be very draining to a person too, if you're readily available for people and things like that. So reward yourself in whatever reward it means for you. And then the second one is prioritize tasks and change your mindset towards it. So if you feel like you if it's like, if you're going to make a budget and like it's boring, they don't work, that means you need to change your mindset and find tools that will be in alignment with what you're trying to accomplish. See how other people are doing it and get ideas from that. And then pay attention to your habits. That's the biggest one. And the final point, pay attention to your habits, because your habits can be either your downfall, or it could be, I was about to say upfall. It could be your downfall, or it can really help you hone in on what you need to do. If you find a certain habit or a certain action happening every day would be most beneficial to you, you need to start changing your habits to be in line with the person that you want to be. If you want to have physical exercise in your daily life, you have to find out what kind of physical exercise is fun for you, is not challenging for you, as far as you not liking to do it, because it's going to be challenging, because you always want to push yourself. But you find what you really like and you perfect that. And that's usually the best way to go about changing habits. Not because oh, I'm unhappy with this part of me. Okay, once you identify what you're unhappy with, you find fun, sustainable ways to accomplish that. That feels good for you, because everybody's different. Even though there's proven ways to lose weight or focus, or go about a certain career path or a creative path, you don't always have to take that path, and it may not always be a path that feels good for you. So know your habits, so they don't get in the way of you achieving your goals, and also create new habits in a fun way to build them and make them more sustainable, so you have that habit for life and not just a week, because it takes 21 days to build the habit, right? So go build that habit. So like always, if you're listening through YouTube or any other podcasting system that's not Anchor or Apple Podcasts, and even if you are, you can email me at thekeylieswithinpodcast@gmail.com. And then if you listening through Anchor, you can leave me a voice message. And if you listening through Apple Podcasts, you can definitely leave a review for me. And I'm going to leave some of the links from some of the videos that I watched that, I find that may be more useful for you to see the video in whole, and maybe you can pick up something differently from that too. As always, I thank you for listening, and have a blessed day.